At long last, sunshine in Madison, Wisconsin. As Week 8 of League One action comes to an end at historic Breese-Stevens Field, with Forward Madison playing host to Charlotte Independence on this Saturday night in Madison, Wisconsin. Hi everybody, John Gross with you as we get you set for this League One matchup. Two teams who have started the season off in different directions. Let's see where they settle into the league table. Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, South Georgia Tormenta, they're tied atop the table. Charlotte Independence in that 3 spot. That's on goal differential. They're just +1. The other two are +4. And Forward Madison sits in 10th place with just 6 points. And they're going to need to get their offense rolling. One guy who can do that is our Canopy Wealth Management player to watch. On loan, Jeremiah Strang. The striker this season has 1 goal. The Finnish forward looking to really spark things. He started the last 3 matches for Matt Glazer. Wants to see him step up, needs more consistency out of him, and feels that Strang is going to create some chances for this team as you see him bury that goal and the Ukrainian kits to open up this season. On the flip side, Charlotte Independence, well, it's Corey Bennett, our Canopy Wealth Management player to watch for the visitors. No Tresor Mbuyu, the visitors without the league leader in goal, so Corey Bennett is that guy that Mike Jeffries is looking towards to step up and deliver on the offensive end. He has 1 goal and an assist on the season, had a team-high 2 shots on Wednesday against Northern Colorado. They will need him to produce up front. They're going to get some goals going. Well, we'll have lineups, keys, kickoff, and more coming up next. Forward Madison and Charlotte Independence, just a little bit, presented by Dairyland on ESPN+.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee, we do justice from the grounds up.
Dairyland is getting there everyday land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Welcome back into Madison, Wisconsin, where tonight's match is presented by WKOW Channel 27 News. Forward Madison and Charlotte Independence just minutes away from kicking things off on this Saturday night in League One action. Let's get a look at our starting lineup, brought to you by Madison Concourse Hotel. And we start with the home side in those beautiful kits. Those are some sweet kits. It is a 3-4-3 lineup for head coach Matt Glazer. This is a side looking to produce offensively. We highlighted Jeremiah Strang in the open. He has one of just 4 goals scored by Forward Madison players. Another guy who has 1 goal in the season, Nazim Bartman. He did not play last weekend, but the South African forward is somebody who Matt Glazer said he's dying to squeeze more out of. And we'll see if he can do that today. On the flip side, Charlotte Independence, a little bit of a different look for them. 2-4-4. They've gone for much of this season with just 3 in the back. But again, some key pieces out of the lineup, including Tresor Mbuyu. And a guy who has been able to score from them from the back row is Shalom Duty. According to Opta, he leads the league with goals for a defender with 2 on this season. He is lethal on set pieces, dominant through the air. We'll see what he can do in the back line for Charlotte Independence. So forward Madison and Charlotte Independence getting set. Forward Madison 1-2-3 this season with 6 points. Charlotte Independence, the Jacks at 3-2-2. Charlotte Independence, those white kits. Forward Madison in the blues. Off we go. First ever meeting between these two clubs. Lofted ball, handed away, and worked forward by Derek Gebhard. Again, forward Madison, just 1 win of the season. This is a team that has struggled mightily on the attacking end of things, and it's something that Matt Glazer said they've really struggled with in large part due to the fact that they just haven't had a consistent starting 11. A lot of injuries, a lot of players just missing time. They would love to get one to the board early. As Bartman works that right flank, his cross is sent into the side of the netting for an early goal kick. But that's what they want to do. They want to be able to push forward. They want to try to create more chances than their opponent. As you got your first look at Keegan Meyer. He gets the start in net for Charlotte Independence. Has not played since the opener against Central Valley Fuego. The normal keeper, Adrian Zendejas, not listed as active today for Charlotte Independence. Meyer allowed 3 goals in that opener, did not have a single save. On the flip side, here is Phil Brino, who blasted forward. The Week 5 Player of the Week in League One. Coming off of a 3-save performance against Greenville Triumph. And a lot of contact. We see if we'll get a card. Doesn't look like it, just early goings. Well, we mentioned earlier a major missing piece as we take a look at our UW Health Sports Medicine injury report. A couple players out for forward Madison. Temgia has been out for a little bit. Audie Jepson is someone who can provide a spark offensively. He's out as well. And a trio out of the lineup for Charlotte Independence, most notably Tresor Mbuyu. He is the league leader in goals with 5. He was injured last match. As we look at our keys to the match, brought to you by Dairyland. And for forward Madison, again, like we said before, just take a chance on chances. They really want to get things going up front and just have opportunities. And for Charlotte Independence, this is their 3rd match in 6 days. If they can get an early goal, maybe able to park the bus a little bit as this match progresses. And speaking with Mike Jeffries earlier this week, he said just given our lack of depth right now, given maybe some tired legs due to our extensive matches this week, he's not sure if they're going to be able to run and press for a full 90 minutes. So an early goal could do wonders for the visitors. Bartman slips it forward. Here's Drew Connor, his 3rd start of the season. Santos was the one to cut that ball away. Back in the lineup after being suspended against Northern Colorado after picking up a couple of yellow cards on Sunday against FC Tucson. Delayed whistle. Set up an early opportunity on a set piece. See how they decide to play this. A little deep, but this is a forward Madison team that has struggled to score in the run of play. A forward Madison player has not recorded a goal in the last 306 minutes of game time entering today. They did have a 1-0 win over Richmond in that span, but it was an own goal recorded by Richmond kickers. As Cassini is bumped at a clear whistle. Feed. Have to play this back to Brino, and all he can do with it is blast it out for a Charlotte Independence throw-in. Well, it is match number 3 in 6 days for the visitors. On the flip side, forward Madison has not played since last Friday, so two teams coming in with very potentially very different levels of fatigue. We'll see how and if that factors into these 90 minutes. Chance to counter. Bartman leads the way. Slips it wide. Mikey Maldonado plays it forward. Really good ball. Cassini tries to get the cross in and wins a corner. We'll see our first UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick in the match, and this is something that forward Madison struggled with last weekend against Greenville Triumph. Check that. It's out for a goal kick. Quality ball, finds the foot of Bennett, but he could not settle on that first touch. Corey Bennett, hoping that he could be that guy with Tresor Mbuyu, prolific goal scorer, the league leader in goals, out today. There's Quinn McNeil, works it to Santos. Santos puts a ball in front! An early goal in Charlotte Independence, silencing the home fans. Ivan Luqueta, his second of the season. And they get that early conversion.
Charlotte Independence goal. Scored in the 7th minute by number 9, Ivan Luqueta.
Luqueta off a phenomenal service from Coma Santos, his second assist. And this is what we highlighted earlier. Third match in 6 days. They want to get that early goal, can maybe park the bus a bit as this game progresses. And look here, the feed for McNeil, Santos in the wide area. And they just expose that back line. And it's Luqueta, the aerial attack, the Colombian forward. And in the 8th minute, it's Charlotte Independence on the board. And now forward Madison has to do something that they have struggled to do this season. It's a Dairyland Insurance goal for the visiting side. Physical battle, Maldonado can stick with it. Instead it's Wheeler Amunu. Strang makes a turn, a little bit of breathing room. Here's Cyrus Rod, lofted ball, finds a target, and a handball. On a bounce, it was Bartman who's whistled. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Our weather report from sunny Madison, Wisconsin. We have not been able to say that this season so far. It's the third match at home. The previous two have been pretty wet and chilly, but 60 degrees, a very slight breeze, pretty comfortable temperatures. As home supporters treat it to just a beautiful day of soccer. One of the more rowdy atmospheres in League One. Looking for something to celebrate. Past the 10-minute mark. It's Ivan Luqueta who got the scoring started off a beautiful ball from Koa Santos. Luqueta, now the third Charlotte Independence player with multiple goals this season. For reference, forward Madison has 4 players with 1 goal this year. Still looking for that first multi-time goal scorer. Connor, angling feed, and nice defensive play, maybe a counter the other way. As Santos rolls it, McNeil can't catch up to it, but Brino wants to just boot it away. Combination play. Wheeler Amunu. Connor could not maintain possession. It stays with forward Madison, coming off of a 2-0 defeat last Friday against Greenville Triumph. They mustered a season-low 4 shots in that one, just 1 shot on target. While Charlotte Independence has again played now 3 matches in 6 days this week. As this settles to Luqueta, has 1 goal already. A little bit of space, he'll slip it to Bennett. Bennett, tight contest. And this will head the other way. Really nice job by Eric Leonard. That right back spot to win it back, but Charlotte Independence, they're coming off of a perhaps surprising 2-1 loss against Northern Colorado. It's a Northern Colorado team who had been really in the bottom portion of the league table for the season. Mike Jeffries felt that his side was just caught in counters a little too easily. Need to improve upon that today. Josmond captain. The wide area. Numbers pace forward for the home side. Maldonado to create something, tries to slip it forward, and the short-footed Shalom Duty is able to boot it away, if only momentarily. Really nice ball from Rod. Options here. It's Drew Connor. Tries to work the backside. Cassini, the Brazilian midfielder. Still Cassini. And it's pushed out of there. Hector Acosta. A last gasp effort to prevent a shot. And Charlotte Independence, we talked about the perhaps tired legs. Well, they've struggled in the back end quite a bit this season, so maybe just what the doctor ordered if you're forward Madison to try to get something going on the attack. And this is out for a goal kick. It was Luqueta in that 7th minute. Shalom Duty, a little slow to his feet. 7th start of the season. He's played every minute of every match that he has participated in this season. That's a great story. He immigrated to the U.S. from Togo, moved to Charlotte. He was a part of a group called 1-7. That was a local group that serves refugees and immigrants. Played soccer with them, as did Tresor Mbuyu. Now he plays for a professional club in his now hometown. It's just the 2nd road match of the season for Charlotte Independence. Luqueta sticks with it, trying to slip it through to McNeil. Maybe a little more weight on that pass, and that would have been the right idea. But Mike Jeffries said that he actually would have preferred to see more road games earlier than this. They played 6 of their first 7 matches at home, but he feels that these road matches build chemistry. They also really force you to focus on defense and just playing sound, solid defense. From the early goings, a strong start for the visitors. Here's McNeil. Vint lost it. And now Jeremiah Strang. Clear handball, whistled by our match referee, Austin Saini. Our assistant referees today, Zach Gaidar and Eric Wood, our 4th official, Ryan Shanklin. Bennett, to that left flank, in place of Tresor Mbuyu. Deflects out for a forward Madison throw. As As we highlighted in the pre-match, these are two teams who have really gotten off to different starts to this season. Charlotte Independence, their high-powered offense, has them tied with 11 points atop the standings. They're in third place on goal differential. Meanwhile, Forward Madison finds themselves in 10th to 6 points, a lone win. A 1-0 victory over Richmond Kickers. Contact in the air sends this the other direction as we make our way towards the 20-minute mark. Going to look at Luqueta, who had that 7th-minute conversion. It was nearly unmarked as that ball was sent in. So look at the scores around the league. How about just 45 minutes through, it's 4-0 Central Valley Fuego, as Cassini is undercut on a physical slide tackle from Dimmick. And here is the first booking of the match from our referee, Austin Saini. Look back at this. Really good ball. And yeah, that's clear. It's a Dairyland Insurance yellow card on Clay Dimmick, the captain of this team. And here we go, a set piece for Forward Madison. They've struggled to score in the run of play. Is this the answer? Maldonado and Cassini in proximity. Service for Maldonado towards the backside. A threatening moment, but nothing to show for it. And a chance to push the other direction for Charlotte Independence. Marcis. Dawson finds Luqueta near the end line. And cleared out of there. These are two teams who have faced their fair share of injuries. Hasn't always been pretty, they haven't always had the numbers they'd like to have. As Cassini paces forward, the Brazilian. Nifty spin. Very creative with the ball at his feet. Somebody who Mac Laser wants to see more of. And more from. Gephardt puts it across. Nearly found a foot of Maldonado. Down, Charlotte Independence player will prompt a stoppage from Austin Saini. He'll get tended to. Athletic trainer Cameron Hillis. Looks like that left arm, left elbow. And Omar Sis is helped to his feet. They're already down a couple of key pieces, and we look back at perhaps what prompted this, and can't quite see. Dairyland instant replay. And there is the head man for Charlotte Independence, Mike Jeffries, who again has just had very bad luck. The injury bug has bitten this squad quite a bit, and Sis will head off the pitch, at least momentarily. But so many key pieces out. We highlighted in the pre-match. You have Mbuyu not in the lineup. That's the big one for sure, but it just makes things all the more difficult when you're trying to build that continuity, when you're trying to select your starting 11. And I talked to him about depth in this team and really a lack thereof, and he said, listen, we need our depth to come through, but we just don't have a deep roster. With injuries, we have 3 academy players, just 2 field players and a goalkeeper on our bench. That's it. As Omar Sis is back on the pitch, but it's a challenge early on in the season for these clubs as they work through some of these issues. Here's Maldonado slipping past Santos. Maldonado centers. Teed up by Gebhardt. Deflects right back up. Maldonado, a miss hit. And a whistle will send things the other way. Just a packed house at historic Breeze Stevens Field. As you get a look at Mikey Maldonado, who Matt Glazer says just has a ton of personality. He's that jokester on the team that everybody loves, but when it comes to soccer, feels that he could be a really big performer for this squad. You can see his pressure really forcing a turnover. Quinn McNeil on loan from Charlotte FC. Good tackle from Eric Leonard. Mr. Mingo. Good ball from Wheeler Amunu. Now it's Cassini, Mateus Cassini. Trying to take on a double team. Physical play, down he goes. That was a 50-50 battle for sure. Bartman able to settle and work it out to Maldonado. It's cut off there by Santos. Numbers in the box. Cassini dances. Cassini plays it back, and it's knocked away. Meyer on the save, his first save of this season, and it's a big one. But it brings us our first UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick of the match. Well played on the right side. It was Cassini who took on a couple of defenders. Worked it back to Drew Connor, a one-timer. And Keegan Meyer, in just his second appearance of the season, has a save. Our UW Health Sports Medicine corner. They play it short. Maldonado blasts it into no man's land. But man, you look at those supporters, and this is as good as you'll find in League One. The historic stadium opened in 1926. pack up to 5,000 rowdy supporters. Finally traded to some good weather. First two road matches for Forward, first two home matches, I should say, for Forward Madison have been rain-soaked affairs. Today, sunny and in the low 60s. High pressure. Here's Maldonado. Now Drew Connor. Out wide, Cassini. Maldonado. Just past the half-hour mark. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Final match of the League One weekend, and it was Ivan Luketa. A headed goal in the 7th minute to open the scoring. Charlotte Independence, its 3rd match in 6 days. Looking to keep pace towards the top of the league standings as Strang goes down, and he's whistled. Back at this. Really good ball from Mitch Osmond, and Strang, who can certainly be physical. He's 6'2", a Finnish striker, not afraid to use that body. He's whistled in the foul. Trouble for this 3-man back line. Got to look at Mikey Maldonado. Leads this team in tackles. Spent last year with North Texas SC. Has to be careful though. Has 4 yellow cards, 1 more, and he'll be assessed a fine. Cassini. And it's Sis whistled. A demonstrative call from our match referee, Austin Saini. Bennett tries to work the touchline. Quickly out for a Forward Madison throw. Targeted ball. Maldonado keeps it in play. Slips it. Cassini, breathing room, and it's headed away by Duty momentarily. Back for Drew Connor now. 2 shots this far for the home side. 1 shot on target. Looking for more. This is a side that has amassed the 2nd fewest shots in League One entering today. And who was that last off of? It's out for a goal kick. Well, the title holders take the spotlight once again when New Mexico United travels to Orange County SC Don't miss any of the action June 4th. That's next Saturday, June 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. And the reigning champs, Orange County SC, and USL Championship action. Just what a perfect night for soccer. For Madison faithful, jam-packing these stands, looking for a reason to celebrate. Instead, it's been Charlotte Independents who have had reasons for joy as Santos works it backside. Bennett! But it's waved off. The offside flag was raised. A creative setup and nearly a second in this first half. And watch Bennett on the backside. Just snuck past that back line a little too early. And a break for forward Madison, as they trail by just one rather than two. But if you're Charlotte Independents, you have to love the way that Koa Santos has played this season. He's on loan from Charlotte FC. Has a goal, already a couple of assists, nearly at a third helper. Cassini, one-on-one on duty, slips past him. Cassini lost it. Good recovery by Shalom Duty, but it stays in this final third. Will anything come of it? Mikey Maldonado. Wheeler Amunu. Again, Wheeler Amunu. And one hops into the hands of Keegan Meyer. There is Cassini, who is standing past the last line of defense. He could not go after it. Guy who's played all over the world. Brazil, France, Italy, Croatia. Most recently, top league in Bulgaria. Reset on the whistle. Going to catch Charlotte Independents napping a bit. Santos heads it back. Maldonado tracks after it. And Meyer gets off his line. That's alertness from the keeper. And behind the play, there is a down Flamingo. Cassini, who's down. Let's look back at this. It's Maldonado tracking after it. Mateus Cassini. Last week playing the full 90 for the first time this season. Is wincing in some pain. Get back on his feet. Start of the season for the Brazilian, Matt Glazer. We're going to really rely on him to create some chances. Here's as if he'll be ready to come right back on, gives that thumbs up. And we get back to it. The final minutes of this first 45 between two teams in opposite sides of the league table. Charlotte Independent hovering right near the top. They're tied in points with the top two. They're sitting in third on goal differential. Meanwhile, forward Madison finds themselves in the 10th spot out of 11 sides. But a win here could do them wonders. Again, just trying to build that consistency, that continuity. As Bartman lets it roll. Not much of a threat, but hey, they're taking a chance, and that's something that they're going to have to do. Mac Laser just said, hey, we have to go out there and try to create more chances than our opponent. And Bartman, somebody who we highlighted in the pre-match, a guy that Mac Laser said has really been a pleasant surprise for them. Wasn't totally sure what they'd be getting in him, but somebody who's always threatening, always looking to score. He said they're just dying to squeeze more out of the South African forward. Josman, just two players who's played every single minute this season. Cassini right back on the pitch, gets it back. Back once more, and cannot hang on to it. Nice tackle from Will Vint. Lofted ball, targets Strang. Is Jeremiah Strang, who started now 4 straight matches as on loan from Finnish side SJK Seinäjoki. Area ball won by Wheeler Omiunu. Taken right back by Corey Bennett. Charlotte Independence really has not shown any signs of fatigue, despite this being their 3rd match in 6 days. Just a brutal stretch, albeit the first 2 were in the Queen City. Today they're on the road for just the 2nd time this season. It'll be very interesting to see how Mike Jeffries utilizes his substitutions. On Wednesday night against Northern Colorado, he used 5 substitutes for the first time this season, albeit that was really caused by a couple of injuries that forced his hand. You'll see the high press. And it comes the other direction. Play Dimmick. It's knocked away. Counter transfer forward Madison. Nazim Bartman. Mikey Maldonado. Maldonado flicks it top of the 18. Cassini, little back heel. Strang with space. And a tackle from behind from Dooney. Oh, how solid he is, Shalom Dooney. Just when it seemed like Strang had a golden moment, it's erased. But that's the build-up forward Madison looks for. Again, Maldonado plays it in. Bartman, a heavy first touch. We'll take a look back at Jeremiah Strang's opportunity and watch Shalom Dooney from behind. Really good passing. Cassini creative on that back heel. Slipped right forward. Strang just could not get the shot off. And it was Shalom Dooney who got down and dirty. And how about the fact that even though he was coming from a tough angle, he had a clean tackle, no doubt about it. Ryan Shanklin, our fourth official, signals in 4 minutes of stoppage time to round out this first half. Just Coffee Co-op, stoppage time. Cassini trying to work it ahead. There's Rod pushing forward from that left back spot. Now Drew Connor. Maldonado did a nice job in this first half. And they're just not quite on the same page as Jeremiah Strang. Barra, someone who, in the absence of Tresor and Mbuyu, in addition to Corey Bennett, is going to look to get things going to the offensive end. Guy with MLS experience, leader on this team. Just 4 combined shots in this first half. 3 for forward Madison, 2 of which have been on target. Just 1 shot for Charlotte Independence, but 1's all they've needed so far. Both these teams without key offensive pieces. No Mbuyu for the visitors. No Christian Enriquez for the home side. As this ball nearly found the head of Strang. Again, it's knocked out of there by Shalom Dooney. Maldonado. Maldonado turns the corner. Maldonado is a cross attempt blocked by Dimmick. Stays in the box and deflects out for a UW Health Sports Medicine corner. Mikey Maldonado has been very active in this first half, and if you're forward Madison, you have to be fairly pleased with what he's done. And look how he's able to stick with it. That's the activity that they need from the midfielder. as he boots it in, an in-swinger to the backside, fisted away by Meyer. And that wraps up the first half from Madison, Wisconsin. It was an early goal, and that is the difference. 7th minute conversion by Ivan Luqueta, and Charlotte Independence on the road, hanging on to a 1-0 advantage through 45 minutes. We'll see if Forward Madison as a comeback in, and we'll have highlights, stats, and much more after this. Halftime here in Madison. 1-0 to score, the visitors in front.
Dairyland is getting there everyday land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee, we do justice from the grounds up.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Halftime brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative here in Madison as we make our way towards the Wisconsin State Capitol. Well, 5 matches, 6 game-tying goals, and a whole lot of action. Let's take a look back at Week 7 in USL League One. Let's start in Greenville on Friday night. Forward Madison in town. It's a corner kick, Aaron Walker off the feed from Alan Gavilanes. That puts him up 1-0. Walker has now scored in back-to-back home matches for Greenville Triumph. Then a little bit of a role reversal. This time Walker slips it through to Gavilanes, and he converts. The pass, the finish, not the easiest of angles, but he tucks it through. 2-0 the final in that one. Greenville Triumph victorious, now 3-0-5 all-time against Forward Madison. We go to North Carolina. Garrett McLaughlin early from Olex Anderson. And 1-0, North Carolina in front, but a comeback bid in store for Tormenta. Ball that ends up at the feet of Keziah Sterling, levels things 1-1. Scored earlier this week in Open Cup action. Finds the back of the net once again. And then some high pressure forces the turnover. Adrian Billhart finds Barry Sharifi, and he rips it home just before the half. 2-1, Tormenta in front. And, well, not going away just yet. Start of the second half, Raheem Somersault to Olex Anderson ties things at 2-2, but late in the match, disaster strikes. 88th minute, Arthur Bosway finding the back of the net. Just not what North Carolina had drawn up for the final minutes, and that's all that Tormenta needed as their impressive start to the season continues. 3-2 the final as they pick up the win on the road. Let's go to Richmond now. Richmond's coming off of an Open Cup appearance midweek on Wednesday. Omaha as well. So both sides, maybe some tired legs, but beautiful service from Ryan Jiba finds Noe Meza. What a finish. Diving header, and he gets the scoring started. But on the other end, 15 minutes later, Richie finds the newly minted Richmond kicker, Owain Gordon. He levels things, able to maintain his balance. That's all the goal scoring we had in that matchup. 1-1 the final as they split in Richmond. And another game which saw multiple lead changes. Here's Rafa Mensingen early for Chattanooga. Red Wolves sitting pretty at home in the first few minutes. Mensingen off a great pass. How about that look from Aaron Lombardi? A little later in the first half, an opportunity to tie it as Bijev centers. And there is the tying goal from Casillas. A little gritty as he ties things 1-1. And then things just went off the wall. Final few minutes of the first 45. How about Victor Falk splitting the legs of Aviles in net? Just squeezes it through 2-1 right before the halftime whistle. But hey, Galindres and company battling just before they headed to the locker room. He's tripped up inside the 18. He goes down, he gets the whistle. The prolific goal scorer, and that's his first of this season. Brought things level at 2-2. And that ended up being the final as they split points in Chattanooga as well. A fun night for the Red Wolves and Fuego. And we wrap up the weekend with their first Sunday fixture of the USL League One season. Charlotte Independence hosting FC Tucson. 18th minute. It's the league leader in goals, his fourth of the season for the one, the only, Tresor Mbuyu. And then just a few minutes later, Tyler Moss gets his first professional goal to level things at 1-1. That was the sixth game-tying goal of this weekend in League One action. Late in the first half, 43rd minute, an absolute ripper. It's Coa Santos who converts. Ended up being the game-winning goal. 2 on the final as Charlotte moves to 11 points, now tied atop the league standings in points. And now this from the USL.
It's a goal for Orange County SC, and their first of the season, and that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
For the black and yellow, New Mexico takes the lead, and all 12,000 plus here at the lab are on their feet.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. I'm on that routine.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee, we do justice from the grounds up.
Well, let's take a look at some USL League One news and notes. Union Omaha advances in the U.S. Open Cup. Their run continues as they make their way into the round of 16. That'll be on May 25th. Next Wednesday, kickoff at 8 p.m. and they'll take on an MLS squad in Minnesota United. How about a couple of Puerto Rican national team call-ups? Two USL League One players getting called up to represent their national squad. North Carolina's Jaden Cervania and Chattanooga's Nicholas Cardona. They'll partake in the CONCACAF Nations League. And how about Aaron Walker? He's the player of the week for Week 7. You look at the league team of the week. The only player in this match on this team is Tracer Mbuyu, albeit he is out of today's match with an injury. And speaking of Union Omaha, what an opportunity they have. A League One squad in the round of 16 for the first time ever. These are some highlights from their win over an MLS team in Chicago Fire earlier in Open Cup action. Their first cup set, well, they have a chance to do it again against Minnesota United on Wednesday. And the winner of that match will play the winner of Sporting Kansas City and Houston Dynamo as they look to continue this phenomenal Open Cup run. They're putting League One on their backs. And speaking of League One, let's look around the league at our Dairyland scoreboard. And wow, perhaps a shocker between Central Valley Fuego FC and Tormenta. Tormenta had been on an absolute tear, and there was just a thrashing going on. A brace for Vilja Bijev for Fuego FC. They lead 4-0. North Carolina a 1-0 lead. And then a couple of final scores from earlier in the week. Charlotte Independence has played twice this week already, so perhaps some tired legs. Upcoming schedule, it's the Union Omaha matchup on Wednesday in Open Cup action, and then 5 matches on Saturday. All of these can be seen on ESPN+. That's the upcoming schedule presented by Dairyland.
Dairyland is getting there everyday land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee, we do justice from the grounds up.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
We've played 45 minutes. Let's take a look back at the first half. Highlights brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. This is back in the 7th minute. Quinn McNeil opening things up to Coas Santos. His cross, watch the backside, fluttering just in front of the net. And it's Ivan Luqueta. Buries his second goal this season, silencing a raucous atmosphere. And then the 28th minute, well, some chances for forward Madison. Looking for that equalizer. Mateus Cassini plays it back, leaves it off for Drew Connor. How about the first save of the season for Keegan Meyer, just his second appearance of the year. And then 45th minute plus, Mikey Maldonado, who was very active in that first half. Have to give him a lot of credit And look at his ability to stick with this. Gets right back on it, wins a corner kick. But they just could not find that goal. It has now been 351 minutes of game time since a forward Madison player has scored a goal in League One action. They'll need to change that difficult streak. And if they're going to level things, at least get a point out of today as we get things started in the second half of action. And early on, it's Corey Bennett getting a touch. Bartman speaks through a pair. Bartman able to connect Strang, stays on it. Eric Leonard, Cassini the footwork, Cassini the cross into the paws of Keegan Meyer. And speaking of the first half, let's take a look at some of our first half stats brought to you by Ryman. And again, kind of as expected, not a lot of shots. We have tired legs from Charlotte Independent and forward Madison side who just doesn't generate many chances. 3 shots for the home side, 2 shots on target, just 1 shot for Charlotte Independent, and it was that goal back in the 7th minute. Possession controlled nearly 63% in favor of forward Madison. And we did not see many fouls, but we did see 1 card. It was the yellow card. And against Charlotte Independence, play Dimmick. Marcis. Now Miguel Ibarra. Bennett. Plenty of space to work with. Bennett unable to get the cross in. He wanted a handball. McNeil curls. Headed out. Ibarra tees it up. Rips it backside. Luqueta could not keep it in. And it's a goal kick. But still the conversation ongoing for Charlotte Independence. They wanted the handball inside the box. Let's look back at our Dairyland replay. It was Eric Leonard who slid to block the low cross. And Luqueta just could not keep it in. And just hearkening back to Wednesday, it was a very controversial no call near the end of that match. Charlotte Independence thought that there was a handball on the goal line. A defender had stepped in front. It was called off his chest. They thought it was off of an arm. They were down by just 1 goal at that point. Would have been a PK opportunity to tie the match. Again, a bit upset. In their mind, a missed call here in this match. Tough feed, intercepted. McNeil leads the charge, leaves it back. Luqueta lets it rip. Nearly at his second, but Phil Brino has the denial. Just some poor passing in the back end. You look back at this ball was just slipped across and a little bit lazy on the receiving end. McNeil, tiny touch. Luqueta, one-timer, but Brino unfazed. Just the second shot of the match for Charlotte Independence. Both of them by Ivan Luketa. Shalom Duty is whistled to the takedown near the midline. Good movement here. Options. A shot blocked off the back of Acosta. And a UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick on the way. It's Mikey Maldonado who will make the approach to the flag. Fourth corner kick for forward Madison. Just a week after having a mere one corner kick against Greenville Triumph. It's 4-0 in that category tonight. In swinger from Maldonado. Foot race won by Rod. Connor slips it ahead. Gebhardt. Rod tries to put it in. And Connor unable to settle. Drew Connor, a University of Wisconsin-Madison legend, an all Big Ten player for the Badgers. Playing in a city that he is very familiar with. A guy who has some MLS experience with Chicago Fire. Bennett off a quality service, dodges one. And Leonard works it out. Cassini makes the turn and take it down by Ibarra. I have to say, given the concerns about maybe some fatigue for Charlotte Independence, they've looked pretty good running down these flanks. This is not necessarily the high-flying offense that we're accustomed to seeing as Meyer is able to scoop it up, but nonetheless, for a team on its third match in 6 days, they look fairly fresh. Cassini, and again, it's who else but Shalom Duty cutting it away. Now Sis works it ahead. Luketa plays it right back. Omar Sis. And Brino, no trouble. The build-up was there for Charlotte Independence. And another example of them being able to get out and run. There at Gebhardt. Cassini. Back to Gebhardt. Could not get the cross in. Leonard keeps it towards that final third. Madison just looking for chances, looking for opportunities on the offensive end. I won't find one here. But in speaking with Matt Glazer, I asked him what's the offensive identity that you're trying to build. He's a first-year head coach in general and a first-year head man in Madison. They haven't really had a chance to put all those pieces together, but he said the first order of business for him is getting the ball out of their own half. He said that has not been an issue this year. But from there is where it's gotten tricky, especially with the continuity and really the lack thereof. He said when it's been just different guys filling different roles, it's so hard to get a consistent understanding of those movements, of those counter movements, of the penetrating passes. That makes it so difficult. And again, key pieces out today, most notably Christian Enriquez, second-year man with the Flamingos, who already has a goal to his name. Shalom Duty was so stout. Center back spot for Charlotte Independence. Gebhardt tracks after it. He's the first one to it. Gebhardt marked by Ibarra. Cassini now. Eric Leonard, Mr. Mingo. No one on the receiving end. Stays in this final third. Just momentarily. And now a counter chance. Bennett paces forward. Waiting for numbers. Trying to maneuver around Mitch Osmond. And Osmond is a tough guy to beat. And Sis is whistled. And Austin Saini makes his way over there. No more from Omar Sis. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+. The home to USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and so much more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Here's a cross. Ibarra cuts it away. Munu. Now Eric Leonard. Cassini. 1-1 in Ibarra. Two very skillful players. Here's Gebhardt. Puts the moves on. Trying to go right back to him. And it's Duty again of the clearance. Seen a lot of action on this right side for forward Madison in the second half. Which is a little bit different than what we saw in the first half. It was a lot of Mikey Maldonado on the left flank. Here's Cassini, now playing centrally. Cassini could not get a clean shot off. Maldonado tried to work it to Cassini. McNeil got a touch on it. And last off of Cassini for a goal kick. Here's the ball forward, and it's lifted in! Quinn McNeil! How about it? 2-0 Charlotte Independence. And the former Clemson Tiger able to catch Phil Brino a little bit off his line. Served up, just getting past that last line. And he skies it goalward and rattles the net. His first of this season. A man on loan from Charlotte FC. What a good one he is, what a good one he will be. And there is the second for Charlotte Independence. And a change for forward Madison. Roger Smith enters. Derek Gebhard heads off. Christian Enriquez enters as Drew Connor comes off. So Christian Enriquez, who did not get the start, a guy who we talked about before, who can really create offensively, very technical, according to Matt Glazer. They're going to need him. Now down by 2 goals. Quinn McNeil, a Dairyland Insurance goal, his first of this season. Roger Smith looking to snatch it right back. His pass intercepted by Santos. Both those substitutions brought to you by Festival Foods. A couple of changes for Matt Glazer. Here is Bartman. Did he stay on side? He did. Off the chest of Smith. Smith curls it and settles on top of the netting. Took a deflection and a point to the corner flag from Austin Saini. A UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick. Been over 350 minutes since a forward Madison player last scored a goal. They need one, oh so desperately. Ball in for Maldonado. And rolls out in front of Clay Dimmick. Leonard does well to cut it away. Cassini just floated it. Just haven't really seen those threatening opportunities. We saw the first half Strang had a look but could not get a shot off on a just phenomenal tackle by Shalom Duty. Quality save from Keegan Meyer in the first half as well, but there's not a ton going. Maldonado looking to change that. Again, Maldonado. And the offside flag is up. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Minnesota United and Union Omaha, the last League One side standing, square off in the round of 16 in the Open Cup action. Kicking off a jam-packed week of League One play. The other 5 matches are all on Saturday. Forward Madison take on Frango FC next Saturday at 10:30 p.m. They head out to Fresno, California. Charlotte Independence, they have a bit of a hiatus, a very, very well-deserved break. After 3 matches in 6 days, they have 2 weeks off. Bartman battling with Ibarra. It's out for a throw. Wheeler Omunu. Forward Madison looking to claw their way out of this deficit. Smith works it right side. Bartman gets it and lofts it off target. A challenging angle, but that's the type of creativity that it's going to take for this squad to get those chances. Down by a couple of goals now at home. You can see the idea from a substitute in Roger Smith. Pretty good ball, and Bartman is trying to place it on frame. Again, a challenging angle. That's what they're looking to do. Get opportunities. Try to find their way out of this 2-goal hole. Charlotte Independence sits pretty thus far. A win would be its first road win of the season. Just their second road match of the year. But after starting the season with 6 of their first 7 matches in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, things change just a little bit. This is the first of 5 consecutive road matches for Charlotte Independence. And again, they get next weekend off. They don't play again until June 4th against Greenville Triumph. They're on the road from now until June 26th when they take on Forward Madison. Maldonado, and just not on the same page. And 2 players up front running the same direction. Maldonado zigged while they zagged. I think a lot of that just comes down to the lack of consistency in terms of players in the pitch. So many injuries, so many players missing time. To ball, finds Strang, now Bartman. Able to settle, work it out wide. Osmond, head to Leonard. Cassini, and no one there. Cassini sticks with it. Strang settles. Cassini, now Enriquez. Maldonado. Roger Smith. A blistering ball, and just off target. Hit it pretty well. The Jamaican forward. You can see at this point, hey, just get something on frame on our Dairyland replay. That is not a bad opportunity. He's looked pretty good off the bench today. Just the second time coming on as a substitute this season. This is his 6th overall appearance. And who most recently played for Sporting Kansas City 2 of the USL Championship after a standout college career at Northern Oklahoma College and University of Tampa. Rod sends it ahead. Cassini. Now Leonard. Maldonado. Inside the final 20 minutes. And a little bit behind Mikey Maldonado. Allows Charlotte Independence to come away with it. This has been a match that has been really dominated possession-wise by the home side as Ibarra runs into some contact. 65% possession for forward Madison. And a change for the Flamingos as Jeremiah Strang comes off and is a Festival Foods substitution. And the man who heads on is Abdou Bakijam, the forward out of Dakar, Senegal, who had been out the last 2 matches with injury. A welcome return, a guy who has a boatload of experience at the USL Championship level, a standout collegiate career at UConn. Some of the younger supporters look on. It has been a rocking atmosphere, but these fans are just looking for something to get them going to the next level. Not seen a goal in quite some time. "378 minutes since a forward Madison player last scored a goal. Smith goes down. And that sets up a chance. Check that, it's Bartman who hit the deck. Able to shake it off. Maldonado. Ruddy's with 5 inside the 18. They try to work it back post. And it is a corner kick. Another corner. This is a 5th for forward Madison. A UW Health Sports Medicine corner kick for the home side. And the ball just ended up on the pitch. Again, Mikey Maldonado will take it. And that hands out for a throw-in. Charlotte Independence getting set to make a substitution. Change appears to be granted as Grayson Barber gets ready to head on. He made his debut against Northern Colorado, and he will head on for Will Vince. He was subbed out in the 71st minute on Wednesday, comes off in the 74th today. It's a Festival Foods substitution. And there is the aforementioned Grayson Barber, the Columbia, South Carolina native. Was signed on May 14th, one of the newer players in this roster. Previously spent time with Sporting Kansas City and Sporting Kansas City 2. Maldonado keeps it in play. Cassini deflects out. Maldonado working one-on-one on Bennett. Has a little bit of space. His cross cut away. And out for a throw. Change for Matt Glazer. Justin Suko heads on. He replaces Andrew Wheeler-Omunu. And Suko, the 7th appearance of the season, a really good passer. Second-year man for forward Madison. It's time for the team lead in assists a season ago for this team. Bakijam tried to slip it forward. Ends up with the foot of Suko, his first touch of the night. They turn inside the 18, a strike and a wonder goal. There is that man, Nazim Bartman. A turn and snipe, and forward Madison snaps their cold spell in beautiful fashion. Look at this, turning and hammering it home. Absolute beauty. And a Dairyland Insurance goal has forward Madison right back in this. The 2nd of the season for Bartman. We highlighted the pre-match, and for good reason. Matt Glazer said he just wanted to squeeze more out of him. Well, he got some quality play from him right there. What a strike. And suddenly, they're a goal away from leveling things. Bakijam tries to center, deflects out to Leonard. Enriquez. Remember, Charlotte Independence, this is their 3rd match in 6 days. Late in this one. It's played out by Santos for a throw. And with that goal, Nazim Bartman is forward Madison's first multi-goal scorer, as this is worked ahead, a lot of contact inside the box and multiple players down. Bartman, the goal scorer for forward Madison, first to his feet. But look back at this. There were 3 players convening. Clay Dimmick, the down Charlotte Independence man. There's our match referee, Austin Saini. He had to hand out 1 card today. It was a first half yellow card on Clay Dimmick. Good first touch. Abdou Bakijam. Roger Smith. A handful of substitutions we've seen. Suko could not make that turn and get a look. Stays with it. A lot of offensive-minded substitutions for Matt Glazer. Enriquez comes on. In addition to Bakijam, a handful of others. Suko. And a change on the way for Mike Jeffries. As Tomas Maya, who had missed the last couple of matches, heads on. He replaces Ivan Luqueta, who scored this goal, the opener, just 7 minutes in. Pretty much unmarked inside the box. And he heads it home. That's what got the scoring started. It's Luqueta's second. He's looking. Who, me? Yep, that's it. Ivan Luketa. A quality performance for the man playing professional soccer in the United States for the first time in his career. A forward Madison player is down as Luketa saunters off the pitch. Nazim Bartman, the one who was down inside the box. He was the goal scorer back in the 76th. There is Tomas Maya, who heads on for Ivan Luketa. Bartman now back on his feet. Here is the aforementioned Tomas Maya, who did not play the last 2 matches. Came off in the 8th minute against Tormenta a couple weeks ago. Bartman slowly makes his way off. Bartman comes off, he is done for the day. Replaced by Alvin Jones. 4th appearance for Jones, man with 32 caps for Trinidad and Tobago. National stage, Festival Foods substitution. Officials confer. Austin Saini chats things over with their 4th referee, Ryan Shanklin. Let's see here. Austin Saini again making his way back, possibly checking some substitution numbers out. Jeffries getting a word in with Austin Saini. Now this would be the 5th substitution of the match for forward Madison. And a yellow card issued to Mike Jeffries. Clear frustration for the man in charge, the first and only head coach in Charlotte Independence history. Get back to it. And after the yellow on Jeffries, we'll see if forward Madison can level things. You figure with the amount of stoppages that we've had in this second half, probably we'll see a fair share of stoppage time. Leonard. Now Cassini. Leonard works it forward. Cassini. Again, Leonard. Now Alvin Jones, his ball, backside. And out for a corner kick. Tried to hook up with Roger Smith. $3,968 fans. That's the announced attendance at historic Breese-Stevens Field. Great atmosphere. Always a fun time up in Madtown. It's green and gold night. Packers running back A.J. Dillon's in attendance. Perhaps a chance with some numbers. Alvin Jones drives in a low cross, headed away by Shalom Dooney. Leonard keeps it forward. Cassini tees it up. Cyrus Rod. Leonard got curled away. His intended target of Roger Smith. This is a match that statistically has been controlled by forward Madison. But the only metric that matters, they're in a one-goal hole. Ball cleared away. And Charlotte Independence just putting numbers behind the ball. Tried to slip it through. Maldonado's pass cut away, intended for Roger Smith. And I think this is what we'll see for the remainder of this match. A lot of possession for forward Madison, and Charlotte Independence just trying to clear it and melt some clock. But again, I would venture to say that we'll see a fair share of stoppage time. As Osmond skies this ahead. Bucky Thumb settled, but he's whistled for a handball. Amadou Bakijam, a little frustrated with himself, but he's one of those guys who can be so dangerous up front. Look back at it, and oh, just off the bounce, and that's tough. That is so tough. Missed the last two matches. Are they thrilled to have him back? Bakijam and Jones battling, and whistle sends things the other direction. And, oh, Maya encouraging Omar Sis to stay down. To say, we're in no rush, my friend. Jones. Enriquez for Leonard. The approach. The final few minutes of this one. Can forward Madison find their way into the bottom of the league table, find a goal, or will Charlotte Independence hang on? Promising now for the Jacks. Bennett centers. Ibarra Precious seconds tick away. Sis fires a low ball. And routine for Phil Brino. Six minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. As Mateus Cassini goes down, whistles, let's see, yellow card being shown. But to who, that's the question. And there it is, Miguel Ibarra. Sportsmanship shown after that. A couple of players who have found themselves in some very high levels of soccer worldwide, but it's Ibarra who picks up the Dairyland yellow card. Jones racing after it, and all Duty could do was boot it out. Quickly in for Cassini. Threaded ball. Who was it last off of? And it's a goal kick. Took a deflection, a late deflection off of Justin Suko. Kick from Keegan Meyer in the midst of just his second start of this season. He hasn't played since the opener. It had been Adrian Zendejas, the goalkeeper for the majority of this Charlotte Independent season. Cassini, just tough first touch. Maldonado could not stick with it, but there's that hustle. He has been all over the pitch today, still dragging defenders with him. And will we see another yellow? Yes. So the cards coming out in full force in the second half. It's Grayson Barber who picks up his first yellow of the season. Driven ball from Alvin Jones. Flutters, top of the 18. Suko got a head on it. Now on the backside, cross in front. Oh, Ibarra, a potential goal-saving header away. With Cassini lingering on the receiving end. A UW Health corner kick. Mateus Cassini will take it. Nearly 4,000 rise to their feet. Is an equalizer in store? And nothing there, but it stays in. Cassini. Maldonado now. Suko, back for Maldonado. Whips it in. And cleared away. All the way back to Phil Brino. As you see, a Dairyland Insurance yellow card issued to Grayson Barber after kicking the ball away after the whistle. As it's worked forward, down goes Suko, pleading and begging to no avail. Wind howling here in Madison. Our first game with some good weather up in Wisconsin. It had been wet and chilly for the first two home matches. The Flamingo faithful treated with some quality weather today. Now the flock and all of these supporters hoping that they can see some late match magic. Bartman scored at the 76th. He has since come off with an injury. Roger Smith turns the corner, Smith cross takes a deflection. He wants the handball. It's a corner kick nonetheless. Will we see Brino come forward? And there he is. Phil Brino inside the box. A UW Health corner kick. Perhaps a last gasp effort. Ball in for Maldonado. Curls in front. Meyer got a fist on it. Maldonado punches it right back in. Headed away by Ibarra. And Barber smacks it out for a throw. Just waiting for that final whistle. Might see a little bit more than 6 minutes. A card. Couple of delays. But not much more time for forward Madison to find that equalizer. Enriquez. Cassini slices it forward. Bakijam rolls into the hands of Meyer. And Shalom Duty says stay down and slow down. And there is the final whistle. Charlotte Independence wraps up a grueling 3-match in 6-day stretch with 6 points. And they now have 14 on the season as Mike Jeffries and company escapes Madison, Wisconsin in a raucous atmosphere with a 2-1 victory as they pick up a 4th win of the season, now 4-2-2 in the year. Forward Madison falters to 1-3-3. A late effort by the home side, but nothing to show for it. And it was a second half with opportunities, a second half with some life for forward Madison. And they did get 1 goal, and it was courtesy of this man right here. It's in a little bit of pain, Nazim Bartman, who scored the goal in the 76th minute. He is our Festival Foods Man of the Match. Netted his 2nd goal this season after missing last week's match against Greenville Triumph. He delivers late in the second half, 76th minute. And this is how he did it. Bartman turns, strikes, and connects. Our Dairyland play of the match. It's Nazim Bartman. A phenomenal goal as he blasted past a diving Keegan Meyer. But too little too late for forward Madison as Charlotte Independence nets a couple of goals, including this one. Well, this guy, Quinn McNeil, who netted the 2nd and eventually the decisive for Charlotte Independence. We will head to a break. When we get back, save the match, highlights, and stats coming up next. Charlotte Independence comes away with a victory over forward Madison.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee, we do justice from the grounds up.
Back here in Madison, Wisconsin, Charlotte Independence comes on the road and comes away with a 2-1 victory over the home side, Forward Madison. Let's take a look at our save of the match, brought to you by Dairyland Insurance. And how about this? Phil Brino able to deny this look from Luquenta, who nearly had a second of the match. But it's Brino, the one-time Player of the Week in League One. And Phil Brino, the second-year Flamingo, has the save. But again, just not quite enough. There is Phil Brino bringing some of these supporters. A tremendous fan base in Madison. Great atmosphere as always. They finally got the good weather that they were looking for, and man, do these fans show out. Nearly 4,000 of them packing historic Breeze Stevens Field to watch their side battle against Charlotte Independence. Well, it was a fun match. We saw 3 goals, got our fair share of highlights, so let's look back at the match that was, brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative, our full match highlights. And how about the 7th minute? It all starts here. McNeil, really good idea to work it out to Coa Santos. He puts a cross in, and it's Ivan Luquenta, his second goal of the year. Gets on the board early. A little bit of a look to the crowd. And then 50th minute, golden chance. We just saw our save of the match. Bill Brino says, not in my house. A little bit later, 60th minute, again, Charlotte Independence striking. This time McNeil gets past the last line. Off a bounce, he skies it over Brino. Cut him off his line. That put Charlotte Independence up 2-0. Forward Madison digging deep. They had gone quite a while without one of their players scoring a goal. That came to an end right there. Nazim Bartman, our man of the match, our goal of the match. He delivers late, 76th minute. He ended up coming off after being dinged up a bit. But look back at this goal. Just turning on a very stout defender in Clay Dimmick. And his strike is true. That was Forward Madison's last goal of the match. Our full-time stats brought to you by Rhyme. And, well, the possession stats jump out. 68% for Forward Madison. They were +7 on shots, but -1 in shots on target. And again, the only number that really matters, goals. 2-1 the final as Charlotte Independence wraps up this wild 3-match stretch in 6 days with 6 crucial points. They kick off their road stand of 5 straight matches with a win. Here is the updated scoreboard from Week 8. As you see on the right side, there was a postponement. FC Tucson, Richmond Kickers. That one postponed due to COVID. But everything else is full-time. Week 8 has come to an end. The scoreboard brought to you by Dairyland. And it's Charlotte Independence who rounds out the week with a win. And now our updated league standings. And with the 3 points, Charlotte Independence sits on top of the league table with 14 points. They add another goal to their goal differential, now +2 in that category. But a successful week for the boys in blue as the Jacks end Week 8 atop the league table, presented by Dairyland Insurance. Well, it was an interesting match. Forward Madison came back home. Charlotte Independence on the road for just the second time this season, but they did not have any issues. No tired legs. They found the goals. They made the stops when they needed them most, like this one right here. And 2-1 is the final. Thanks to all of you for joining us. For our entire crew, Charlotte Independence victorious. This has been League One on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League, League One, cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League, League One.